this John Fetterman story, you guys know. Look, I do my show. I'm holding it up right now. I do my show pretty much every day in a T-shirt. If you see me out and about, I'm going to go pick up my kids from school soon. If you see me walking around, there's a very good chance that you'll see me in a T-shirt and shorts. Okay? I am not a dress-up guy. I don't like to wear ties. You see me on Fox News, I'll put a jacket and a button-down shirt on, but I almost never have a tie on, right? I'm not a fan of dressing up, as many of you can have seen over the years. But I think this is indefensible. For the Senate to change their dress code, to allow John Fetterman to be on the Senate floor in shorts and basically a T-shirt or a hoodie, whatever he wants to wear, this is crazy. Now, remember, every Senate staffer still has a dress code, so they don't get to walk around wearing whatever they want. I think this is cosplay. I think John Fetterman is dressing up like he's some blue-collar guy when the reality is he never had a job. He's got rich parents. They paid for him. They bought his home. He's never actually had to make a living until now. Taxpayers are funding this living for him. And I had two grandfathers who worked their entire lives in factories. Both of them, when they went to church, would wear a jacket and they would dress up. When they went to funerals, they would dress up. If they were going to be able to walk on the Senate floor, they would dress up. This, to be fair, I think, is cosplay. This is an insult. This is an insult to everybody out there who actually is blue collar, because John Fetterman isn't like them at all. And this is not some normal outfit that people wear in cold weather environments. People aren't walking around in shorts all year round when it's brutally cold in Pennsylvania. This is a guy who is pretending to be something that he is not. And that doesn't even consider the fact that Fetterman can barely talk. He can't even do the job of being a United States Senator, as we have talked about for some time. Now, look, I hope he gets well. But the fact that his family allowed him to nearly die while campaigning for the U.S. Senate, the fact that Democrats covered for him and claimed that he was going to be able to do this job, when everybody out there who has watched him try to do anything, the guy still can't talk. You may not like Dr. Oz, but he's smart, sharp, sophisticated. He could have easily done this job far, far better than John Fetterman is doing now. And frankly, I just think it's a disgrace that this has been allowed to occur. We said, anybody with a functional brain out there, John Fetterman isn't physically able to do this job. And then what happens? He checks himself into the hospital almost as soon as he gets to Washington, D.C., and I'm sure you saw the clip of him trying to talk about the United Auto Workers. But I just think this is wrong. I don't think it's asking a lot to say, hey, wear a jacket. Wear pants. Hey, wear pants on the Senate floor. I used to give tours of Capitol Hill when I was in college. And back in the day, they used to let us take people onto the Senate floor and onto the House floor. That was a part of what they would allow kids. I was an intern. They would allow us to give tours to constituents, and I think they've restricted that post 9/11. This was pre 9/11, but they would let me take people onto the Senate floor. I was dressed up every time. Even as an intern, I was wearing decent clothes, right? I was never in shorts. I wouldn't have even dreamed of going in shorts to Capitol Hill. This is just ridiculous. And it's just further example of dumbing down stupidly the overall standards in favor of a guy who's not even able to do the job. John Fetterman. I feel like an old man on this, but I want to just kind of tell you a couple of stories. I saw a picture, you might see me tweet it, of John Fetterman in his shorts and his shirt that he was presiding over the Senate while wearing. And a little bit of a background story for you. When I was in college, I had two jobs. I worked, believe it or not, at Abercrombie & Fitch at the Pentagon City Mall. It's Northern Virginia. Took the Blue Line out, went to work there. I don't know. I probably worked 20, 25 hours a week. And I also was an intern in Congressman Bob Clement's office, the 5th Congressional District of Tennessee, my hometown congressman's office. I was there every Friday for basically 4 years. I got to do and see pretty much everything that goes on in Congress. It was a super fun and incredible experience. And I just want to use this as an example because I'm 18, 19, 20 years old when I'm telling these stories. I'm 44 now. But as part of my duties as an intern, was I would give tours of the United States Capitol to constituents. And this was in the pre-9/11 days. This is 97, 98, 99, 2000, before when I graduated to 01, before 9/11. And I had a badge, and I had a security access, and I could take people when they weren't in session. I could take people onto the floor of the United States Senate. I could take them onto the floor of the House of Representatives. And every day that I went and I worked on Capitol Hill, by and large, I had a button-down shirt, and I almost always had khaki pants. And I wouldn't have ever dreamed of going to Capitol Hill in shorts. I don't think I ever went. And I wouldn't have dreamed of giving a tour of anyone on Capitol Hill and wearing shorts while doing so because I had to dress in a respectful fashion. When I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch, one of the rules was you were not allowed to have facial hair. I obviously have facial hair now. I've had a beard since 2001. 22 years of having a beard now. It's a long time, a generation of bearddom. But I didn't have facial hair then. Facial hair was popular then? The goatee was popular. In the late 90s, some of you will remember the goatee was a very popular thing, and so was primarily the goatee, right? I had a lot of goatees over the years, but I would shave it. Applying and being involved for a job shows that you have respect for the job itself and the people that you're working for. This is a profound failure. And I'm a guy who likes to wear T-shirts and shorts as much as possible, but I wouldn't wear T-shirts and shorts to a wedding or to a funeral. It would be disrespectful. I wouldn't go to a high-end event that my wife wanted me to go to. Let's say it's a charity event. I wouldn't show up in shorts at a charity event because I respect the fact that the charity event says there's a dress code. Maybe you wear a jacket and a tie. Maybe you wear whatever. And by the way, I have failed. I've been married nearly 20 years. Like a lot of you who are married out there, a lot of you who have girlfriends, my wife has asked me probably 40,000 times, what should I wear? What's the dress code? And like 40,000 times, I've never had any idea. I don't know still what women are supposed to wear to basically any event. But I do know what men wear. And I almost exclusively go to events now in pants, in a button-down jacket, a button-down shirt, and a jacket. Right now, I'm wearing a T-shirt and shorts. I'm going to go out to dinner with my boys tonight. I'm going to be in a T-shirt and shorts. But if I'm going to an event that I respect and that I am a small part of, then I'm going to wear what is appropriate to wear to that event. The idea of the Senate changing 200 plus years of dress codes to try to fit John Fetterman is wrong. It also speaks to John Fetterman, I think, being fundamentally broken. He ran for office for a job where he knew there was a dress code. It's weird. It's not adult-like to get elected to the United States Senate and refuse to wear pants on the Senate floor. It's actually an embarrassment. And again, I'm not, you guys know, a sartorial standout. There's never any time that I've worn an outfit and you guys have said, my goodness, you look incredible in that outfit, Clay. I'm not a fashion template. I barely know anything about fashion. But I respect basic institutional values. And I think the fact that Senator Schumer just unilaterally changed the dress code to allow one guy to dress like an ogre is an insult to everyone who has ever served in the United States Senate. And I think they need to fix this. And I think John Fetterman needs to resign. The guy doesn't have the mental and physical ability to do the job. His doctors came out and said, oh, he's fine. He had a stroke, and he can't process information or speak accurately anymore. Communication is the job of a United States senator. Just like Dianne Feinstein should resign, just like, in my opinion, Mitch McConnell doesn't seem like he's able to do the job either. John Fetterman can't do the job. And you can cry and you can whine and you can throw a fit all you want because people are judging you because you can't do the job. That's how the job works. If I lose the ability to speak, I wouldn't be able to host my radio show. I hope that doesn't happen for a long, long time. But if I tried to sit down in front of a radio mic and I couldn't speak and I couldn't do the job, it wouldn't be fair for me to be mad at other people for pointing out the fact that I couldn't do the job. It's a failure of John Fetterman's family that they allowed him to run. It's a failure of the Pennsylvania Democrat Party, and a failure of the Democrat Party nationally that they still allow this guy to serve. If you can't do the job, you need to step down. If you have Aaron Rodgers has a torn Achilles tendon. He can't play quarterback. He's not doing the job right now. Being unable to do a job isn't some sort of badge of honor. Fetterman should step down, and he should be ashamed of the changes that he's making the entire Senate make on his behalf.